we are the... No, but it's not, it's easy to say this, but my friend went there, the one that you said appeared as my bodyguard, and said, we are the 99%. Okay, do they include third world? Whom do they include? Or are they the privileged? Like, the moment you start to ask them this, Okay, sorry, now I will really stop.
But it's a good start, because I want to start interview with Occupy Wall Street, because they were evicted from the Zuccotti Park.
Which saved them, I think. It's a good thing.
You mean from the weather? Yeah.
No. What I mean is that already for the last week or two, I got from my friends their signals what to do. People are, it's getting boring. People are losing elan. And I told my friends already a couple of weeks ago, the best thing it can happen to you, it's a violent police intervention. Because in this way, the illusion will remain. If only they were to leave us there, it would, So, this is my cynical theory. Yeah. You told me some of my friends here don't like it. I mean it in a very ironic way, but nonetheless, that Soviet intervention in '68 maybe saved the Prague Spring. In what sense? Imagine that the Soviet Union would not intervene. Maybe something new would emerge, but I'm skeptical. I think that basically, either if Soviet Union would never intervene, Czechoslovakia would simply become another Western country, or at a certain point, the Communist Party would have to say, okay, you had your game, here we stop. And maybe Czechoslovakia would become something like Yugoslavia, a little bit more open, but still, who is the boss, and so on. And isn't it that precisely the fact that Soviet Union intervened kept the utopia alive? Oh my God, what new creative socialism we would have there, it keeps the illusion. That this is my reading, did you translate that text of Titanic? You saw that
we published it.
Yeah, how the boat has to sink so that the illusion remains that if Titanic were not to sink, the love would be eternal. This would be my alternate reality, pessimistic Titanic. Titanic arrives to New York, they are happy for a week or two, then Kate Winslet, the girl gets bored, where is my money, where is my apartment, said, after 2-3 weeks, she would have said, bye-bye, it was nice, a lot of sex, but I have to rejoin my... No, seriously, do you know that I was here for '68?
That was my next question now. In case we touch...
No, quite seriously. Okay, to go back to Wall Street. Which was... Did you read it? I think they published it, London Review of Books, but just on their website. I think, Anne Applebaum, that Gulag girl who is, I think, the wife of the present Polish...
Radek Sikorski,
Yeah. Did you read her attack on Wall Street movement? Yeah. I think that her point is right, but she totally misreads it. Her point is that these protesters don't get it because in our societies we have regular democratic mechanisms. But at the same time, her point is that capital is out of reach of these mechanisms. She openly admits that global capitalism is a threat to democracy because more and more movements of capital, especially financial, are totally out of control. And then here she gets inconsistent, I think, because at the same time she admits the problem, and this is the problem of the protesters. This is the answer to, but if you are 99%, why don't you constitute a new party? Here we see precisely the limit of the traditional multi-party representative system, and it's not only United States, it's England, it's France. It is simply that there is a certain level of public discontent, rage, which obviously this party system, traditional representative system, cannot recapture. So then you get what? It's a very tragic situation. You get what we got in France years ago, this violent burning of cars. You get what we got in England a couple of months ago. Pure protest which doesn't even have a program. You just pure protest. Without, for example, already in France, some idiots thought, you remember 3 years ago, cars burning in Paris. Some people thought Islamism. No, I spoke with my friends there who told me the first thing the young people in the suburbs did was to burn their own Islamic cultural centers and mosques. It was a kind of a pure protest, just an explosion without any program. So I think this is the crucial achievement of Wall Street protest. It made us aware, first, here I agree with Anne Applebaum, that there is a gap between global capitalist, financial and so on mechanics and representative institutionalized democracy. Democracy cannot deal with it, control it. And they admitted the first that they don't have an easy answer. But we should face the problem. Anne Applebaum admits the problem, but then you remember, at the end of her text, she simply withdraws. At the end, she simply says, yeah, they should play politics. They should become part of institutional politics.
But she cannot do anything else from her position.
I told you yesterday a wonderful story told to me by someone who knows Roman Polanski. He is still progressive here. Did you see his film Ghostwriter? His film basically about Tony Blair, his last film where James Bond, Pierce Brosnan plays basically Tony Blair.
I saw it actually last week on TV.
You know what a friend told me from Poland? Basically, it was that guy, krytyka polityczna, Sławomir Sierakowski, that everybody in Poland got the joke that the actress who plays, not mistress, the wife, Olivia Williams, resembles very much Anne Applebaum. And at the end of the film we learn not Blair, but she was the CIA agent. That this is an ironic inner Polish joke at her. So maybe there is still hope for Polanski. It's nice. No, but quite seriously, this is my analysis here. That we should not, when people criticizing Wall Street say, oh, where is your program, what do you want? No, at this point we see the problem. There are no easy answers. If you will press them, Wall Street occupiers, for a program, they will only tell you very naive things, these empty phrases, basically, like people shouldn't serve money, money should serve people, or against financial capital, against corrupted bankers. But wait a minute, I'm always suspicious when people proceed in a moralistic way and blame other people. For example, that's my thesis. Again, some leftists hate me for that. When I said that maybe we have in the West even too much anti-capitalism today, but it's this false moralistic anti-capitalism. Because, my God, any newspaper you open up in the West, you get what? You get these factories exploiting in third world children, another factory is polluting environment, that bank is speculating. Yeah, but it's always presented in a moralistic way as those corrupted people there, You blame people not to ask, in order not to ask the more radical question about the system. And here in Wall Street, it is clear, at least spontaneously, to the demonstrators that the problem is the system. And I think this is good about them, that they don't provide instant solutions. Their task is only to open up a space for new thinking. So, if I can put it in my beloved Stalinist ways, where, to feel sure you must have left-wing and right-wing deviation, no? There is, let's call it the right-wing deviation, which is this. Okay, where is your program? What do you want? Concrete points. Then there is the left-wing deviation, which is this hippie deviation. Like, some people, I was asking them, on Wall Street, what do you want? Don't ask me about program. We are here to have a good time. It's like hippie happening and so on. And I told them this is most disgusting, because then I can tell you what will happen 10 years from now. Nothing. They will become ordinary businessmen, and once a year they will meet in a cafeteria and share their good memories. Oh, wasn't it nice when we were there? And then they will return to their bank jobs or whatever, no? But it is a chance, this is important, that till now all movements were usually one-issue movements against certain more political social problems, against, sexism, racism, whatever. Now, for the first time, something exploded which basically questions the system itself. And the problem is very real. 20th century is over. the 20th century real socialism doesn't work. Social democratic welfare state reached its limit. Also, what some people dream about, this kind of direct local democracy, this is bullshit for me. It's nice for a factory, although I did something very evil. My friends in Argentina and Venezuela told me how wonderful workers occupy a factory and so on. Okay, then I asked them a year later, did you go to those factories? What is happening now? All bankrupt and so on. So, you know...
They're still occupying them there.
Yeah, they occupy for a couple of days. You are in newspapers, wonderful workers took over. Yeah. What interests me is what happens a year later. And I think this is the real challenge for the left today. Yeah, Sorry, but I talk too much.